So let's take a look with final assembly, that definition in mind. We're going to use data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to try to see which brands will be impacted the most. And here's what we found. Volvo, Audi, and Mitsubishi do not have any cars that go through final assembly in the U.S. Hyundai and Genesis are mixed. Some are final assembly here, while other models are not. Mazda is also heavily impacted, except for the CX-50, which has final assembly in Alabama. Volkswagen is a mixed bag. Only the Atlas, Atlas Sport, and ID.4 have final assembly in the U.S. All other models are considered imports. Of course, the ultra-luxury sports cars will be impacted as well. We're talking Bentley, Rolls-Royce, Porsche, and Lamborghini. BMW is a bit tricky because certain models have final assembly in the U.S., but not all of them. Mercedes-Benz is also the same, with only certain models assembled in the U.S., but not all of them. Toyota is interesting because there are a lot of final assembly on their models here in the U.S., but their Lexus brand is split between Japan and the U.S. Kia is also a mixed bag, with some models having final assembly here and others overseas. If you do not see your car brand here, most of their models go through final assembly in the U.S., but there are a few models within those brands we're not listing that are still produced overseas. We will have to see how dealerships sort out the tariffs in the future on their pricing. Now, we realize that was a long list of brands, and keep in mind, because of tariffs on car parts, the price of everything will go up to an extent because cars that have final assembly in the U.S. use foreign parts in them. If you need to see that again, once this program concludes, we will post this story online for you tonight. If you need a new car, there are still plenty of vehicles on the lots ready for you to buy now that aren't impacted by these tariffs at all. This will likely be more noticeable to you starting at the end of the year, and especially with next year's models.